Hello, my friend. I want to tell you a story that might feel very close to your heart, especially if you're learning English alone. This is not a story about a famous person or someone with perfect English. It's about someone just like you, maybe even exactly like you. He didn't go to an English school. He didn't have special books or teachers. He had only one thing, a deep reason to learn. He wanted to change his life, not just his job or his grammar. He wanted to feel proud when he spoke to the world. Maybe you understand that feeling too. Maybe you tried many times and failed. Or maybe you're still afraid to start again. This story is for you. It will help you listen, feel, and grow. You will improve your English and your life. Let's begin. His name was Tom. He was 32 years old. He lived in a small town where not many people spoke English or needed to. He worked in a small electronics shop. Every day, he helped customers buy chargers, fix phones, or explain how to use a new device. He was quiet, polite, and careful. People liked him, but no one really knew much about his dreams or what he wanted to change. At night, after work, he walked home slowly. The streets were calm. His home was small, but it was clean and full of books and notes. Tom had one big dream. He wanted to speak English well enough to work online, talk to people abroad, and travel without fear. He didn't want to be rich. He didn't want to be famous. He just wanted to feel free when he used his voice in English. But Tom had one big problem. He had failed many times before. He had tried courses, apps, and videos. Nothing really worked for him. When he was younger, he hated speaking English. Every time he made a mistake, people laughed. It made him feel stupid and small. He still remembered one moment in high school. A teacher asked him to read a sentence out loud. He read it slowly and nervously. Everyone laughed. Even the teacher smiled awkwardly. Tom didn't read in class again. That pain stayed with him for many years. So, for a long time, he avoided English. He thought, maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'm just not good at it like others are. But things changed when he turned 30. One of his old friends got a job in another country and started speaking English fluently. Tom saw a video of that friend talking with people from all over the world. He smiled, shared ideas, and looked so confident and free. Something inside Tom woke up. He thought, if he can do it, maybe I can too. I'm not too old. I just need a new way. So he made a decision. A small one. No big goals. No perfect plan. Just one simple promise: I will try again. But I will do it my way. He didn't tell anyone. He didn't post about it. He just opened a small notebook, wrote the date, and wrote one line, day one. That night, he sat in his chair and listened to a short English story on his phone. He didn't understand every word, but he kept going. His heart was beating fast. He was nervous, but also excited. For the first time in years, he felt a little bit of hope. The next morning, Tom woke up early. He opened his notebook again. This time, he wrote one sentence in English, then read it aloud. His voice sounded strange to him, slow, flat. But he didn't stop. He read the sentence 5 times, looking in the mirror each time. He felt shy, even though no one was watching. But this time, something was different. He wasn't studying for school. He was studying for himself. He searched on the internet. How to learn English speaking alone. He saw a video that said, try self-talk. Talk to yourself every day. At first, he laughed. Talk to myself. Isn't that crazy? But he tried it anyway. In the kitchen, he said, I am making tea. The water is hot. He looked at his spoon. This is a spoon. I like this spoon. Then he walked around and said things like, now I am opening the window. It felt strange, but also fun. He smiled. For the first time, English wasn't just rules and tests. It was part of his daily life. Every day, before going to work, Tom talked to himself in English. Just a few words. I am brushing my teeth. I am putting on my shoes. He didn't worry about grammar. He didn't worry about being perfect. He just talked, slowly, repeating, again and again, with feeling. Some days he felt silly. Some days he felt proud. He was building a habit, one small English sentence at a time. After a week, he started recording himself. His phone became his English partner. He said, "Good morning, Tom. How are you today?" Then he answered himself, "I'm okay. I feel a little tired, but I will practice English." One step at a time. When he listened to his voice, he laughed. Do I really sound like that? But he kept going. He knew this was how improvement started. Some days were harder. After a long day at the shop, he was too tired. He wanted to skip practice, but he told himself, 5 minutes is enough. He didn't need to study for hours. He just needed to show up. Speak, repeat, keep going. A little progress every day. One night, he couldn't sleep. His mind was full of doubt. What if I'm wasting time? What if this never works? He remembered the voices from his past, the laughter, the failure. But then he thought about his dream, working online, speaking freely. He whispered to himself in English, "Don't stop. Keep talking. Keep trying. You are not who you were 10 years ago." That small sentence gave him strength. It became his first English affirmation. I am not who I was. I am growing. I am learning. From that day, he added one more step. After self-talk, he repeated one positive sentence in English every day. It made him feel strong inside. After 1 month, something changed. Tom noticed that simple English words came to his mind faster. He didn't need to think so hard anymore. He could look at his shoes and say, "These are my shoes. They are old, but comfortable." The words came like a soft river, not a storm. He started watching short videos in English. At first, he used subtitles, but then, one day, he turned them off and he understood most of it. That was a big moment. He smiled and whispered, "I really understood that. Without help, I did it." His heart beat fast with joy. He wanted more. He looked for new ways to practice. One YouTube teacher said, "Try shadowing. Repeat exactly what I say. Use your voice." He listened to short dialogues, paused, and copied the speaker's words. He focused on the rhythm, the sound, the energy of each sentence. He stood in front of his mirror and repeated lines from videos. "What time is it? I'm not sure. Let's go to the store together." It was hard at first. He made mistakes. Sometimes he laughed at his own voice, but he kept going. He spoke louder, clearer, stronger. Each time he practiced shadowing, he felt more confident. His tongue moved faster. His face relaxed. The fear of speaking slowly disappeared. One evening, he went to a small cafe in town. A tourist walked in, looking lost. The waiter didn't speak English. So Tom stood up. He walked over and said, "Do you need help?" The tourist smiled and said, "Yes, I'm looking for the bus station." Tom gave directions in English. His voice was calm. His words were simple. But he did it. He spoke English in real life. Not perfectly, but clearly enough to help someone. After the tourist left, Tom sat down, shaking a little. Then he laughed. He felt something deep, like his younger self had been waiting for this moment. He wrote in his notebook that night, "Today, I helped someone with English. I didn't freeze. I didn't run away. I spoke. He felt proud, not because he was fluent, but because he was free. He didn't hide anymore. English was becoming part of him. He started using a new method he read online, the 3-pass method. First, listen to a short audio. Don't stop. Just feel the sound. Second, listen again and write down what you hear. Try to catch the words. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Third, listen and read the transcript together. Find your mistakes. Repeat the full text aloud. Say it like the speaker. Tom did this with a podcast about daily life. At first, it was hard, but each time, his ears became stronger. His writing improved too. He noticed he started thinking in English more often. When cooking, he said, chop the onions, fry the eggs. When walking, he said, the air is cold. English was no longer a subject. It was a habit, a daily rhythm, a part of his real life. And that made all the difference. One cold morning, Tom arrived at work and saw a note on the door. The shop was closing. The owner had moved without warning. Tom stood there, holding his keys, confused. After 7 years, just like that, he was jobless. No goodbye, no plan, just silence. He walked home slowly. The streets looked different that day, heavy, empty. His mind was full of questions. What now? What can I do next? He sat in his room. The English books and notebooks stared back at him. For the first time in months, he didn't feel like practicing. He thought, what's the point? English won't bring my job back. Maybe I was just wasting time, playing with hope like a child. For 3 days, he didn't open his notebook. He stayed in bed longer. He ate less. The voice in his head grew louder, full of doubt. But on the 4th day, he got a message. It was from the tourist he helped weeks ago. Hey, Tom, I hope you're well. You were very kind. The message continued. Your English helped me that day. I told my friends about you. If you ever visit my country, let me know. Tom smiled. It was a small thing, just a message, but it lit something in his heart. A soft light, a reminder. You do matter. That evening, he opened his notebook again. The words were waiting for him. He read them aloud. Day 1. I will try again, he whispered. Day 1 again. Then he wrote, losing my job does not mean losing my voice. I still have something to grow. He picked up his phone and spoke. Hi, Tom. How are you feeling today? Then he answered, not great, but I'm still here, still learning. He searched online remote work using English. He found websites with simple jobs, writing short emails, answering messages, checking grammar. He thought, maybe I'm not ready yet, but I will prepare. I'll practice until I can say yes to these opportunities. He made a new plan. Every day, just 1 hour. Reading aloud, shadowing, talking to himself, watching videos without subtitles. He also began writing small posts in English about his life, his feelings, his journey. He shared them in online groups for English learners. To his surprise, people responded. They said, thank you for your words. I feel the same. You gave me hope. Tom realized something. His pain, his fear, his slow progress, it all had value. It helped others. It connected people. He wasn't just learning English anymore. He was building something. A voice, a message, a way to turn pain into purpose. 6 months later, Tom was working online. He helped a small company answer customer emails in English. It was part-time, but it was real. Each day, he read messages from people around the world. He answered politely, clearly, and with growing confidence. English had become his bridge. He also started recording short videos, speaking about his learning journey. "Hello," he said. "My name is Tom. I learned English. One sentence at a time." People began to follow him, not because his English was perfect, but because his story was honest. He showed the beauty of not giving up. One night, he looked at his first notebook. On page 1, it said, "Day 1, I will try again." He held that page like a letter from his past. He whispered, "You did it, Tom. You kept going." His eyes filled with tears, but his heart was light. He was not afraid anymore. He wrote a new line in the back of the notebook. "This is not the end. This is a new beginning. For me and maybe for someone else." He had learned more than grammar and vocabulary. He had learned patience, courage, and how to be gentle with his own voice. He thought of his old self, the boy who shook in class, who stopped reading, who felt small. And he smiled with kindness at that memory, because now Tom was someone new, not because he was better, but because he had become more true, more open, more free with his words. And if you asked him what helped most, he would say these simple lessons he wants to share with you now. 1, speak every day, even if you're alone. Even if it's just one sentence, talk to yourself out loud, slowly, kindly. 2, don't wait for perfect. Use the English you have today. Practice with joy. Mistakes are proof that you're alive and learning. 3, repeat everything. Shadowing, self-talk, listening again. Repeating builds muscle. Language is like music. You grow by rhythm. 4, be your own friend. Some days will be hard. That's okay. Be kind to your tired self. Say, "I'm still proud. I showed up." 5, share your story. Your voice matters. Your journey can help someone else. Even your pain has power when you give it a voice. So now, dear listener, I ask you one question, the same question Tom once asked himself, looking at the mirror, holding a pen. What if I don't give up? You don't need to be fast. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Then begin again, and again, and again. Because one day, your English will be more than words. It will be your story, your power, your light. This is your turn. Start today.